Black Friday, one of the most chaotic days of the year for any business, especially if you're in logistics. No matter what your company sells, it can be one of the most stressful but profitable days on the calendar. And if your business isn't prepared for the crazy spike in customer demand, it could have a huge negative impact on your revenues and your brand. So today, I'm taking you behind the scenes to show you what we've learned over the years to prepare for one of the busiest days in business.
Peak days is really where, the rubber meets the road, right? Strategy becomes reality. It's like, what are we really made of? That's right. Yeah. And so it's kind of fun in that way for people that are in operations. They gravitated to that kind of for that reason, because they feed off of that.
What is the craziest shipping day that you remember here in Talladega?
I kind of staggered. I had some people on first shift coming in at 2 in the morning, and then some came in at 4. The entire weekend shift worked that day. And by the time we were done at 9 o'clock at night, we had ended up shipping like 9,900 orders. To be able to see that is awesome.
So you shipped about 3 times as many orders that day as you do on a normal day.
Oh yeah.
It's that kind of mentality that you bring and like your whole team brings of getting these things done. You know, the fact that we're vertically integrated and we manufacture all of our own products and we ship all of our own products, on peak days, we're actually able to redistribute employees that have been cross-trained to be able to go into shipping. So that's one of the secret kind of sauce advantages that we have.
That definitely goes back to that getting it done, whatever it takes to get it done mentality. And that's spread throughout this entire company. You know, it really is. I mean, get it done. The cleaning lady will come and get on the wrap machine. So, I mean,
we're here in Dallas, Texas in our distribution center, catching up with Lloyd, the guy who runs it. Also, our very first employee of the month. What was the thing that got you that title?
It was managing our billing on trash, limit our pickups to once a week instead of every day.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's amazing how those things add up, right? I mean,
yeah.
Like company-wide, I mean, if you take your eye off the ball of something like that, it can end up costing thousands and thousands of dollars a month. But see, you're lucky because this space is built for like high volume e-commerce where everything goes up on racks and they're picking and packing and moving huge volume through something like this. But you got lucky because we share this with our frame manufacturer, which allows us to justify this kind of space. So
yes, having that roommate really helps out.
As soon as this gets unloaded, it will be loaded with filter frames, and then a driver will come and pick up this load of filter frames and ship it right back to Talladega, which really minimizes the amount of truck routes we have to schedule, because trucks can literally come directly here, drop off finished filters, and then take frames back to Talladega and repeat that over and over again. You know, as we gear up for Black Friday, as we gear up for those types of busier times, this is how it actually happens. Have you seen any of our filters in a Walmart yet?
I have.
You have?
Matter of fact, in our Cedar Hill one, I saw some. I straightened them out on their shelves. I don't know what the heck happened there.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to see it in that kind of
is.
environment. I mean, I think it's, for me, it was a big moment. But one of the big changes in the last year has been you actually manufacturing the 4 and 5 inch filters. I think this is a good example of how seriously we take logistics here at Filterbuy. This is a 4-inch filter, so if you imagine bringing it in on a truck, it's going to take up a lot of space of that truck, which means it's quite expensive to ship. So in order to mitigate that, we just ship the raw components, including the insert of the media that is like an accordion and can be bunched up into a box. And then we actually do the final assembly here at our distribution center. And we're rolling out this model to all of our distribution centers, which keeps our filter costs down, and it also keeps our environmental footprint down. We can ship about 10 times as much product in one truck as we can if we were to be shipping the finished filters. You're probably still bringing in quite a lot of filters that you actually could manufacture here.
Correct, I am.
Yes, so once you're able to figure that out, which I think is a good project for this summer, or sorry, this winter, I think that will be really helpful when you get into a busy season like next summer.
Yeah.
For some stores and shoppers, Black Friday already started. More than 100 million people expected to turn out between now and Sunday, either in stores or online, and ABC's chief.
You're preparing for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. and which is probably a little bit more annoying for you than other places because you're in a slower period, so you don't need as many people on your kind of day-to-day, but then you get hit on that Friday with all the orders from Thanksgiving and that Friday, so it probably creates a little bit of a mess for you.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of people are one time off at that time.
Exactly.
So you look to the other shift to come and help you out. We also, we started pre-pulling for our last Prime Day, and it did very well. We knew what was going on sale, so we pre-wrapped a lot of those and had the pallets staged.
Right.
And we flew through it. Yeah, we got hit a little bit, but it didn't hurt because, like I said, a lot of the packages were pre-packed already.
Yeah, it comes down to planning. I mean, that's ultimately, if you have an idea of what's going to hit you, you can do the preparation on your slower days. We got better and better and better at building those systems over the years. And now I'm able to have people like Lloyd that can help me to continue to grow those systems and have that kind of attitude. So we have a much more sustainable process, even on peak days than we ever have, and we'll keep working on that.
I got a lot of key people, a lot of our employees really bought into it, and then you just preach from there and you just guide them as a shepherd.
Yeah. So do you buy into the Filterbuy program?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll give you the $100 after. Okay. Yeah, so this week, we finished up operational planning for Black Friday. Going around and kind of doing all this planning, the thing that struck me is, how much things have changed. I want you to understand this is not how it started. This is kind of the culmination of a lot of years of me learning. And as I build this business to the next level, you're going to see me try a lot of things and probably fail at a lot of things. And, my commitment to you is I'm going to do my best to share those wins and those losses. I've learned a lot of lessons along the way as we've scaled this business. You as the entrepreneur, you got to show up, actually doing the work and learning where the bottlenecks were, where the problems were. It allowed me to create the systems that we need in order to be able to handle peak days like we do today. And you got to remember that you have to deliver on your promise to a customer. And that is what peak day planning is all about. And sometimes that means that you have to cut off sales or cut off advertising in order to be able to meet that delivery promise. And it's very expensive and it's very difficult to do, but you've got to think long-term. You got to be long-term greedy, and you got to make sure that you don't oversell, you don't overpromise to your customer base, even when it's hard. Most of all, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Comment below if you like this style of episode. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. My commitment is to show you behind the scenes of building $1 billion plus a year business. And it's not always going to be pretty, but I'm going to share with you the details along the way. So we've made it through Black Friday, one of the biggest opportunities for any business. But how can you capitalize on that momentum? Marketing. Don't forget to subscribe, because next week I'm taking you behind the scenes with my biggest marketing team yet and giving you full access into how we are planning, strategizing, and implementing $1 billion marketing operation.
We move fast. We make things happen. New people are in place the next day. New teams are created. New strategies created. I have consistently heard from David, he will give us what we need to make it happen.